unfinished experiment, an overengineered being, and how to escape the trap. Human beings have long believed themselves to be the pinnacle of creation. Yet when examined soberly through lived experience, it is difficult to dismiss another possibility, that humans are one of the universe's most complex, strange, and overengineered experiments. We are equipped with a capacity for thought that far exceeds what is necessary for survival. Worse still, this thinking apparatus operates without our consent. We live trapped inside a machine of thought that never truly stops. Animals inhabit a world of instinct and immediacy, but humans, from the moment the eyes and ears open, begin judging, complaining, and worrying, often about matters that have no real economic or existential necessity. Meditation or discipline alone does not easily resolve this condition, because thought itself is not a choice but a mechanical replay of neural connections. One thought inevitably summons another, and then another, pulling us into a vortex of mental noise. When one problem finally exhausts itself, a new one is already waiting in line. Even sleep offers no real freedom. The uncontrollable realm of dreams proves every night that our will is not the sovereign ruler of body or mind. We witness fears we never chose, and are dragged through narratives we cannot control. By day, we live inside a prison of judgment and anxiety. By night, we are assaulted by the chaotic imagery of the unconscious. The self, both day and night, is a being stripped of sovereignty, passively receiving experiences imposed by biological mechanisms. Within such a vast existential trap, fully inhabiting one's life seems nearly impossible. And yet, there is a way to turn this unfinished design against itself. By developing a personal psychological algorithm, we can begin to hack the trap of existence. The first step is to redesign the perceptual filter through selective sensory reduction. Human suffering intensifies when the brain absorbs external stimuli indiscriminately. At times, it is useful to remove one's glasses and let the world blur. Or lower the gaze toward the ground to minimize visual triggers. This is not avoidance, but a sophisticated defensive strategy to reduce judgment fatigue and preserve inner clarity. Reducing exposure to news and smartphones is especially crucial. The next step is to use the brain's mechanical resistance as fuel through paradoxical intention. The mind is programmed to generate strong aversion toward what it does not want to do. Instead of obeying that signal, one can adopt a contrarian strategy. Interpret resistance itself as a cue for action, and move deliberately in the opposite direction. This disrupts fixed neural circuits and weakens the dominance of automated emotions. When daily life is structured with an extremely regular rhythm, the chaos of thought finds fewer entry points. And the brain settles into a stable state without wasting energy on unnecessary decisions. Another essential shift is sensory reinterpretation, treating other people's words and external criticism as the sound of broken organ keys. Dissonance cannot always be prevented, but by refusing to assign meaning to it, one protects inner order. When emotions are no longer squandered on meaningless noise, one escapes the hell of others and enters a quieter peace. Animals appear natural because their existence aligns seamlessly with the world. Humans, by contrast, live with a gap between the self and reality, a gap created by excessive mental reactivity. We may indeed resemble unfinished beings, estranged from nature's flow. Yet these algorithmic practices represent a uniquely human form of resistance, an active attempt to bridge that gap. The human infant did not choose to enter this machinery of thought. The countless concepts of God scattered throughout history may be traces of consolation invented by those unable to endure this design tragedy. Still, we can resist mechanically repeating thoughts, regulate sensory exposure, and tame chaos through rhythm. Even if there was an error at the design stage, humans can understand the flaw and overlay their own software, transforming tragedy into a form of artistic survival. We may not be failed creations, but ongoing beings, continuously hacking our own defects and recreating ourselves in the process. Today, try deliberately blurring one external stimulus that troubles you the most. Or immediately do one small task your mind most strongly resists. Observe how this minor algorithmic shift alters the design of your day. And if you discover a change, or your own method of life hacking, share it in the comments.